Jeremy Corbyn.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I do admire the Secretary of State for keeping a straight face while he gave that answer. And I'm very grateful to this. I'm very grateful to this urgent question being granted, Mr. Speaker. The Prime Minister has not deigned to grace us with his presence today, but I'm reassured, Mr. Speaker, that despite his pledge, he is not to be found anywhere in a ditch. I would, however, like to welcome the fact that the Prime Minister has sent a letter over the weekend to the EU President Donald Tusk to comply with the EU Withdrawal No. 2 Act. Mr. Speaker, as we've come to expect with this Prime Minister, this has been done with posturing and attempts to distract. But despite having told the British public over and over again he would never do it, the letter has, in fact, been sent. Yeah. The request is not only legally necessary and prevents us crashing out of the EU with no deal, but the extension allows this House the space to scrutinise the Prime Minister's Brexit deal. I want to pay tribute to all those members who have worked hard to ensure a no-deal Brexit is ruled out, and I will continue to work across the House to ensure that this continues to be the case. Mr. Speaker, the European Commission has confirmed today that Brussels is now considering the terms of an extension. Can the Secretary of State tell the House when he expects any extension to be granted? And can he categorically rule out the absolutely ridiculous reports yesterday that Conservative MPs are trying to amend the law to jail members of Parliament alleged to have colluded with foreign powers? Does he, like me, fear that for the honourable member for Shrewsbury and Atcham, who is telling everyone who will listen that he is trying to collude with the Polish and Hungarian governments to veto any possibility of Article 50 extensions? Mr. Speaker, this type of nonsense is doing nobody any good at all. If the Prime Minister wants to get his deal through, he should bring forward the withdrawal agreement bill for scrutiny. Will he also bring forward an economic impact assessment?
Yes, that would be good.
Which has so far not seen the light of day. And will he allow this House ample time to scrutinise what this deal means to the communities that we all represent?
Well, I can tell the House what has been ditched, and it is the honourable gentleman's manifesto, which he has ditched from the commitment he gave to respect the referendum result to one which is now characterised by dither and delay. He says that he questions the letter from the Prime Minister. What the Prime Minister made clear is that we would abide by the law. And what Lord Pannick has confirmed, amongst many others, is that the Prime Minister has done so. So there is no question as to the commitment from the Prime Minister, but of course he disagrees with the action, and it won't surprise any members either of this House or of the European Council as to what the position of the Prime Minister is and his commitment to leaving on the 31st of October. The honourable gentleman talks about collusion. We in this House, Mr. Speaker, want to collude with the British public to respect the referendum result and to get Brexit done. And when he talks about delay, he should answer this question. If he wants a second referendum, we know the Shadow Brexit Secretary wants a second referendum, but if he wants a second referendum, how long is that going to take? How long will the primary legislation take? How long will the Electoral Commission requirements take? How long is he going to leave the House in purgatory? He gave a commitment that if we went past the 31st of October, there would be a general election. And yet on the Moore programme on Sunday, the Shadow Brexit Secretary said he wanted further delay in order to have a second referendum. So when is he going to accept the Prime Minister's challenge? When is he going to have a general election?